Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Talking Movies with D, and that's me. Here on the show, we give you everything movie news related, and we give our opinions on what we think it means. I'm your host, Derek Woodring, actor, model, and big movie buff, and I got a special episode because I not only have my co-host OJ, thanks for showing up again, O.
What up?
And today we actually have one of my good friends I should say, our good friend, and he's getting into movies a lot this year, and that's Adrian. What's good, Adrian?
What's up, yo?
So last weekend was Comic-Con, so that had, home of the geek world where everybody goes for comics, movies, and everything, cosplay, stuff like that. And there's a lot we could talk about. They have all the panels, all the movies, Warcraft, Hateful Eight, Batman vs. Superman, X-Men, Apocalypse, Deadpool, Star Wars, everything you can talk about. But in all those panels, they did have trailers released for those people, and the trailers, some of them have been leaked. And we don't want to touch on those because they're kind of hard to see, even though some of them, like this guy, Deadpool's, were pretty good, and I want to talk about it, but it was released in 3 weeks. We'll wait for that. So the first one we actually want to talk about is Batman v Superman, the one that was officially released. And OJ, what did you think about the trailer when you saw it?
Well, first off, it kind of goes back to when we first mentioned it a few videos ago. They showed more details in the video. They showed more of... I guess more maybe what the plot's going to be, so there's not as much speculation as to what's going to be going on with the movie. So I think that was good. Overall opinion, though, it still kind of goes back to, like, in reality, like, we all know, their powers back and forth, Batman, Superman, like, really, what can Batman do to Superman? So that's, I guess, if anything, it makes me interested to see how they're going to play that off. Because
Kryptonite.
But still, I mean, like, that's it, really? You're a cheater, all right? You're a cheater, man.
You gotta win. You're gonna win.
Cheater, all right? So, that was really my first impression of it. Is like, really, it's still Superman versus Batman, which is never a fair fight. So, if anything, like I said, it makes me interested to see how they're going to play it with those two going back and forth. So,
what about you, Adrian? Especially you got a comic book purist in there with his opinion. What do you think? You're more of a casual moviegoer, so what do you think?
Just my opinion. From seeing Superman and seeing Batman, I honestly believe, in my own opinion, that they're going to show more of a plot of Superman, Batman, and then you're only going to get a little bit of detail of Superman and Batman together. But I feel like they had to upgrade Batman tremendously. Even if they do add Kryptonite to it, that's pretty much the only thing I can see Batman putting up somewhat of a fight. But ultimately, it's not really going to be too much unless they're really going to have to weaken Superman.
Okay. My first impression, I don't remember where I was. Oh, no, I was driving back on the road and somebody tagged me and so I had to see it. So I literally had to get in gas. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm watching this right now. But it definitely made my excitement for it better because next year is going to be a great year with all the films they do have coming or whatever with comic book wise and stuff like that. And everything for me is positive because everything I've heard when it comes to Batman, Superman, why Batman's mad and why he's actually going after Superman because everything that happened in Man of Steel, there has to be repercussions. And then instead of it being Superman's a superhero and everybody loves him, it's some people love him and some people hate him. Just like it is in the real world. Like not everybody likes Obama or not everybody likes this person. Some people like him, some people hate him. And that's kind of the way it is in the real world. And that's one thing I like that they're doing in the DC universe is it's so realistic because it's how if these people were in our real world, that's how it would be. Mm-hmm. I agree with you guys 100% on, and I've always been had an issue with Batman can't really be anybody in any of the superheroes, whether it's Marvel or DC. But for the situation and how they played it off, it's very, like you said, it's very interesting. Because how are they going to pull it off? And as far as I know, what Zack Snyder said in one of the panels, who directed the movie Man of Steel and this one, is that the suit he's wearing, that big armor suit, is not for him to necessarily fight Superman. It's more of a protection, like so he can survive. And it's got kryptonite. It's like so he can take a punch for Superman. It's not because of something. I don't know. That's the thing.
Stop. You brought it up, so we have to delve into that. So.
Yes.
If they fight, he's only planning on taking one punch from Superman. I mean, in reality, okay, like, go down the list of all his superpowers. Like, he can do anything. Like, before you throw a batarang filled with kryptonite, he's going to get out of the way and then laser beam you through your head. Just, like,
well, he's not going to laser beam because he's not a killer. So he won't laser beam him.
You try to hit me with a batarang.
That's why you're not Superman.
I'm just saying. All right, well, he won't necessarily try to kill him, but he can disable him, whatever the case may be. He has like it kind of showed in the trailer a little bit. They just ripped the doors off the Batmobile, and it's like, well, like now here you are. Still, what are you gonna do? Like I get it. It's an iconic scene to two superheroes face to face, but what are you gonna do?
I like that you brought that scene up because they give you the illusion that they're about to face off. For one, he's not in that suit, the suit that's supposed to protect him.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they're facing off there because I think they're gonna have their confrontation. But at the same time, from what I'm hearing is that, and I kind of don't want them to do it. Is Doomsday is going to be brought into it somehow because you saw Zod, the dead body, and what Lex Luthor is supposed to be doing is trying to recreate a super being to fight Superman or whatever however he's going to do it.
So theoretically, they'll probably have to team up somewhere.
Yeah, and I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's after dealing with Doomsday or whoever comes up is that they knock the Batmobile over and Henry Cavill's like, hey, let me help you, and he's like. The respect comes there, like, okay, we already had our fight, now we got to team up, and it's kind of the starting of that.
Okay.
There's a lot I could talk about with the trailer. The main thing I still have a worry about is Wonder Woman and Gal Gadot. And granted, it's not. I guess I can't say negative about her in the look of it, and she's not a major character in the movie from what they're saying, but. They didn't give her any speaking. She didn't speak at all. Granted, neither did Superman or Batman. They did as their character, as their human self, and not a Superman form. But that's usually the way they hide a bad actress or a bad actor. Like when Ronda Rousey is in a movie like this, she's not going to talk until we see the movie. They kind of hide it that way, and that's what I'm worried about with Gal Gadot because to me that's the only big problem. I understand. I remember you said about Jesse Eisenberg. He's not really selling for it. I'm kind of getting there. And I'm okay with it, but Gal Gadot's the only real problem. And then there's no. I figure they don't have Aquaman because they don't want to blow their load. But they still have a year left.
I'm glad you brought her up because I feel like there's going to be a lot of heat coming her way because if I was reading correctly, this is like the first time that Wonder Woman's been in a live action movie. So I'm sure a lot of the comic book fans and stuff like that are going to be like having really high expectations of that role. So
I say have low expectations.
I think you should have high, man. I mean, this is the first time you're going to see Wonder Woman in an action film, along with Batman and Superman.
But it's the actress. It's
a character.
Yeah, I get that. But I'm saying, because it's kind of messed up to do this to her. She was in Date Night where she had, like, you want to have sex with us? That's all she said. Then she was in the Fast and the Furious movies, and she didn't really have much to say there. And that's it. It's like, and she wasn't, it wasn't like she was great. And granted, she might have gotten a lot better, but I'm hopeful, but I don't want to give my hopes up and be like, oh, she's going to be great as Wonder Woman, and like, oh,
you can say the same thing for Jesse Eisenberg. I don't think he's done anything to play such a role as Lex Luthor.
He's actually an actor. She's not really. She's a model who kind of fell into a couple roles that they needed for her. And he's actually been trained and stuff like that, and like the red capes were coming. It was a little menacing. Granted, I can understand why people don't like Jesse Eisenberg. Kind of play the same guy, but it was actually menacing and it made sense. Hers just, you're Wonder Woman. She kind of was just like the eye candy. That's really what it was. Except for when she was fighting whoever she's fighting, and I don't think it's Superman or Batman either. Who do you guys think she was fighting when you guys saw it?
I would have no clue.
I'd have to go back and watch it again. I didn't really see it.
That's like the only wonder in the film or the trailer that I noticed. That's the only thing I wonder about. Because on a point that you talked about earlier, how you said that eventually it's a setup for Doomsday, they're going to have to team up and everything. That pretty much says to me, we know Batman's not going to win. He's just going to put up a fight and
lose.
Which
should happen.
Which obviously is going to happen.
Yeah.
And by throwing in Wonder Woman or Superwoman, whatever, Wonder Woman, by throwing in Wonder Woman and not showing anything about what she's doing, and just knowing that she has action, it makes you wonder, like, okay, what else is going on? You know what I mean? Yeah. So that gives you more suspense to go see the movie versus we already know the end results of what's going to happen with Superman and Batman.
Okay. What about the Robin suit? You guys saw when Batman was walking by in his cave and they had the Joker, or not Joker, I'm tripping. They had Robin's suit and it had "ha jokes on you, Batman," and it's like. Basically, in my opinion, I think that's when Joker killed Robin, and he got a one up on Batman, and Batman caught Joker, put him away, and that's what happens, Suicide Squad, whatever. But that's why Batman retired. I mean, this is Batman coming out of retirement and stuff like that, so that's why he retired. And then seeing Wayne Tower taken down by what happened in Man of Steel. This is why he's going back, and I think the best way to put it of why Batman's doing what he's doing is I don't remember who he was saying it to. I'm pretty sure it might have been Alfred, but he said, "How many heroes have there been, and they're not here anymore?" And then and I might be misquoting a little bit, but he said, "How many heroes have there been, and they're not here anymore? And how many of those heroes stayed heroes?" And like, this guy can wipe the earth. That's why I gotta stop. And it's like, yeah, Superman's good now. Granted, there's a lot of destruction, and he needs to pay for it. But he's good now. But he can always turn evil, and if he does, we're not prepared. Yeah, so I think that's a big point of it.
Some of the animated movies that I watched, you might have watched them too back in the day when they did like Justice League movies. Batman was always kind of like the outsider because he was always like making contingency plans against all the other heroes, just in case Green Lantern turned, Superman turned. He always had like a backup plan, so they didn't really trust him and like let him in as much. So he's always like the outsider. But
I mean, that's all he can do when he's a human. That's all he can do. Everybody's Flash running around, Green Lantern's doing this thing, and Batman's like, I got a plan. I gotta think. I gotta be smarter than all you guys because that's all I got. I got smartness and money. That's all I got. Well, do I have anything else I want to say on that?
I want to bring it up because we had a little bit of a debate about it earlier, and it's just the simple fact that I'm not really liking Ben Affleck in this iconic role as Batman. I mean, Derek, you said earlier you like Ben Affleck. You think he's a really good actor. I'm not going to disagree so much so to say he's a terrible actor, but he doesn't have like the greatest resume. And Batman is Batman. It's like, how do you get? There was a huge outpour about it before. So I'm not the only one.
You're definitely not the only one.
So it's like Ben Affleck, like, look at you, man. Like, you're not Batman. I don't look at you and say Batman. You're
Daredevil.
You're Daredevil.
That was like 8 years ago.
You were in G League.
Oh no, it was like 13 years ago. It was 2013.
G
Or 2003.
But a main point that we talked about is what is he going to sound like as Batman? Because for a lot of people, they want him to sound like Batman. It's such an iconic role. And I don't want him to sound like... But what you said earlier was that, they usually hide bad actors when they don't have a speaking role. And...
Superman didn't... No, Batman... Affleck did talk. He just didn't talk as Batman, and neither did Superman.
Right. But we know what to expect from Man of Steel Superman. We know what to get from there. We don't know what we're going to get from Ben Affleck. Is it Daredevil, or is it...
For one, you're not getting Daredevil. That was 13 years ago. In the last 5 years, he's had an Academy Award winning movie. He was in Gone Girl, which he was good. And none of those movies are bad, and he's not bad in any of them. Did you see any of them?
No.
That's why you can't. That's why you're.
I just heard Ben Affleck was a headliner, and I was like, no.
Yeah. He headlines movies now. Times change.
You're right. Maybe I should give it a chance.
Yeah, you definitely give it a chance.
Daredevil.
Get off of Daredevil. The movie sucked. He knows it. He understood that, and he's done better since it. He's had changed his training. He put Geely behind him and stopped messing with Jennifer Lopez.
I want him to do what George Clooney did. I want him to issue an apology
for Daredevil.
And tell me you're sorry for Daredevil.
That was back when superhero movies weren't even good.
Yeah.
So it's not all the way his fault, all right?
I want an apology.
Not all the way his fault.
Apology.
Well, what if his apology is him being great in this movie?
Okay. I mean, it's going to come out. I'm going to see it. So.
I'll have to eat my words.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I think a lot of people are, because a lot of people haven't seen Gone Girl, haven't seen Argo, or haven't seen what's the one I really The Town. That's when I got back to liking Ben Affleck. When he started directing his movies is when I'm like, okay, Ben Affleck's not a joke anymore. And like you brought up Dogma earlier. He has movies that he's good in, and granted, he's made some terrible movies, but they're not always just his fault. I mean, you got director and all that stuff goes into it. So I think, and then Ben Affleck's also a super fan of Batman. So I think him personally, he's like, I got to do it right, and it has to be right. And when you're talking about hiding people talking, Ben Affleck speaks. Gal Gadot said nothing. When I mean they hide a bad actor or actress, because this is the person that you probably don't see on the screen anymore. They're not really traditionally an actor or actress, and Ben Affleck is. Everybody knows what Ben Affleck sounds like, and we know he can act. We just know he has a kind of a shaky resume as well, and we've heard him speak as Batman already in the teaser. It just was with that mechanical suit. So I don't think that's his Batman voice. I think that's just with the mechanical suit, because it was trying to amplify it to Superman. But
okay,
you guys got anything else on that, or can I move on to Suicide Squad? Okay, we're going to. And I mean, we can always come back, because these movies are intertwined. They come out the same year. I think like 4 months apart or something like that, and they definitely are intertwined because Batman's in both.
Yeah.
So the next trailer that came out was Suicide Squad, and that's the one I believe we talked about on a couple of videos ago, where basically Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, you got Will Smith in there as Deathstroke, and a Killer Croc, and a bunch of other people that I don't really know. The main people that are important are Batman's in there for a little bit, Joker's in there, Harley Quinn, and Will Smith is Deathstroke. And that's the stuff that I think you have to do right. And Adrian, since OJ went first last time, what did you think of the trailer?
I actually liked the trailer. I thought it didn't give away too much action or much detail to the story. So it gives you more entitlement to go see the movie to see what it's about. Obviously, you get all the Suicide Squad together and it makes for a great movie. And then with all the little trailers of each one of them on what they do, it makes it even more enticing on what's going to happen, because obviously it shows them get out, but you don't know how they got out.
Yeah.
And so now it's just like, I'm excited. Excited to go see it.
What about
Will Smith? You can't go wrong with Will Smith. So
he's had a couple of stinkers, but I'm still a big Will Smith fan. But he's had a couple of stinkers After Earth. But
did you just say Snickers?
I said After Earth.
Oh, I was like,
No, I don't think I've done no Snickers commercials. But what do you think of? What do you think of the first Suicide Squad trailer?
Well, the first official trailer, I thought they did it good. I mean, especially when they kind of held off on letting Joker out at the very end. You know, kind of letting him come out and be kind of scary, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, it still is kind of a different transition for me too. Like looking at the Jared Leto Joker versus the Heath Ledger and even the Jack Nicholson Joker. So. Again, it's modern. He's got tattoos. He's got the grill that whatever. So it's cool and it's interesting to see. Will Smith as a anti-superhero. I don't know if he can pull that one off too much. It might be a little bit of a stretch. And plus, I see Jared Leto taking the cake in this one, because Joker is definitely the bigger villain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Will Smith taking a backseat to somebody else in the movie is kind of be a first. For him, I think, in a long time. But also, too, what I liked was I can't think of the lady's name.
Viola Davis.
There you go.
I knew you were gonna say
how she explained they wanted to use them as like a weapon or whatever the case may be, and if things go wrong, she's like, well, we'll just blame them. Like, we'll just blame
they're bad guys.
Yeah, they're bad guys. I thought that was kind of interesting how they said that. So. That just sounds like the government to me in all its glory. So I like the fact that they did that they put that in there, and I'm actually excited to go see it. So.
I feel the same way. I saw the leak trailer first, and I wasn't going to talk about it because of the leak trailer, but I believe, and I kind of was holding off on us doing the video, because I was like, I know they got the Batman. I was like, I want to do another one, and like if they're going to release one of these trailers out of the comic.
You said you saw Batman. I didn't see Batman in the trailer.
He's on a Lamborghini. And that's it's Joker's Lamborghini, that purple Lamborghini.
Oh, okay.
And then Margot Robbie is like, hope you got insurance or whatever. It's Batman chasing them. Oh. And I believe they are gonna bounce back and forth. They're gonna, like, in time. I think it's gonna be like before Margot Robbie becomes Harley Quinn. Let's see how I want to word it. So I love the way it started with, like you said, with Viola Davis as Amanda Waller saying, it's like totally jacked up. Like I've got the worst of the worst, and I believe she was talking about Joker. She's like, I have him buried deep. He's the hole. And we threw away the hole. Like he's that gone. And I think I'm theorizing that maybe Joker gets out somehow, and that's what the Suicide Squad goes to do, is because that's what they do. They do the missions that nobody else can do, or whatever, how you want to put it. And I think that's what they're doing. They're tracking down Joker. I need to watch it one more time and do a freeze frame, because there's a scene where Joker's walking behind somebody. I just don't know who it is, because I don't think, and I definitely don't want that Joker be part of the Suicide Squad, because Joker is that chaotic. I don't want nobody controlling him. I want it to be Joker's the big bad guy, or he was at some point. And if he's got to be part of Suicide Squad, it's gonna mess it up for me.
All the scenes where they're all together, all lined up, walking down the street or whatever they were doing, he was not in that group. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was. I just want to know. I don't remember who he walked with. I wish I'd have looked one more time, and I meant to, but whatever. One theory that I have, and it kind of got shut. It might have gotten shut down because other people are talking, but nobody's came up with this theory. And this is where Batman v Superman ties in, because when Robin's shirt says "Ha ha, jokes on you, Batman." When the song throughout, I don't know exactly what the song is called, but the words of the song is "Ha ha, jokes on you." Mm-hmm. And so my thought was, especially when Joker said, "I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna hurt you really, really bad," because that's when I actually first heard the words. I'm like, what if he's doing that to Robin? But what the theory is, and I don't know if that's true. I hope it's true because it was super clever and nobody else. I mean, I'll be the first person that said this is what's gonna be. So we have it on camera if it does happen. But everybody's saying it's Jared Leto making Harley Quinn Harley Quinn.
Oh.
And like he's messing with her to make her who she is.
That's what I was saying.
And that makes total sense. It's just I hope that ties in somewhere because for the song and for that writing to be on Robin's jacket, I mean it only makes sense and it fuels the hate. I mean we'll actually see the hate why Batman hates him, because you killed my partner and stuff like that. So that's real good. Will Smith as Deathstroke, it's weird. As much as I like Will Smith, he's also a good guy and these aren't supposed to be good guys. They're supposed to be forced to do this. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I still see Will Smith.
Right.
But, I mean, it's Will Smith. He's a great actor, so he could pull it off. It's just, in the movie, he'll probably pull it off. I mean, that's nitpicking, though. It's not a big deal, just kind of off. Everybody else I kind of don't care about besides him, Harley Quinn, Joker, and Batman. Other than that, everybody else, we'll see if they're good. Killer Croc looks pretty cool. They got Joker right, and they got Amanda Waller perfect as well, but Joker's when Joker showed up on the screen, that's when I got excited because I remember when I first saw Jared Leto, the little shots or whatever, and I don't remember exactly what I said on camera, but I was kind of mixed feelings with it. And then when I thought about it, it's like he's a psycho, in a sailor sign, all that kind of stuff, and it's current day. What would a psycho look like? And that's kind of what he would look like. He got the gold teeth, and from what they're saying, it's because Batman punched his teeth out. He got all these tattoos everywhere. He's very weird, and it's like, that kind of says psycho. We look up some psycho guys in the pen, they probably look like that in some kind of way. And granted, not all of them do, but there's going to be some psycho, the weird, really twisted ones that do, and that line just gets me. I want to know who he's messing up really, really bad, and I'm not gonna say he's gonna be better than Heath Ledger because I like that Joker so much, but I definitely don't think he's gonna disappoint. I think it's gonna be real good, and I don't even know what else to say on this. Just Joker. That's one of my favorite villains, so I'm happy with that, and that's enough. And Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie, she looks good. Everything she did, she looks good. And then I think she's doing things. I like what she's doing as well.
Prove herself. That's how I feel from seeing her in the Wolf of Wall Street, and then seeing her in Focus, and then now seeing her in Suicide Squad. Yeah. It's kind of just like you can tell she earned her spot.
Yeah, she's doing good. Not just her looks. She's talented.
She is talented. She's fine though.
Yeah,
I know what she looked like.
Well, you guys got any other theories or anything with either Suicide Squad or Batman v Superman? Anything you guys thinking on the trailers?
Not necessarily on the trailers though, but I think it's it's kind of like DC's time to shine now because Marvel's been kicking so much butt and they got so many movies coming out here and there, so it's kind of finding like DC's trying to be like, hey, we got some cool characters too. I know it hasn't been like fully announced yet, but like I'd love to see some of the other DC characters like Shazam and
those are announced. They're doing it.
Oh, they are? Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. I can look forward to those characters and stuff like that, and then, maybe, the Justice League movie or whatever when they all come together. Because they had some pretty cool characters, but it's just, like, Marvel's been kicking so much butt over the years with so many good movies, so they kind of get swept under the rug. So, time is caught up, and now they're finally doing their thing, so it's just interesting to see. I never seen the Suicide Squad coming up, but it's still interesting to see the characters on video, so.
All right, anything thoughts for you, Adrian?
No.
All right, well, we're not going to, this is a different show because we're just harping on these two subjects. So we're not doing our typical questions or movie picks, but definitely make sure you email at talkingmovieswithD@gmail.com so you can, if you want to ask any questions, if you have any thoughts, or you guys just want to comment on the things that we talked about, the subject that we ever talk about, you can follow Adrian on, what's all your social media stuff?
You can follow me on Instagram at KidStyles with a Z21, and then also Facebook Adrian Glover. So.
And he be getting his, all little dance moves on. OJ, you can't really follow him nothing. So for me, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, all that mess at dwood2324. That's all we got for you guys today. Ant-Man comes out tomorrow, or it will be today when you guys see the video. So make sure you guys go see that, another Marvel film. And I'm hearing good things. They got Minions and what you saw, Selfless and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
a lot of good movies out. And make sure you guys comment in the section and like the page, share it, all that good stuff. Deuces.